Welcome to the Big Vito brand and Spilling the Reality. I am one of your hosts, Noel Harlow Lagrasso. I am here in our brand new house. Yay, new house. And I'm here with my very dear, close personal friend, as Gene Okerlund would say, and Devin Sturgis. Devin, how are you today?
Great. How are you doing tonight?
So much better now that I have internet.
Internet's a good thing.
They had to rewire the entire house. The entire house had to be rewired. So
unbelievable.
Yeah. And we're also here, as a reminder, they said, and us, our good friends on Twitch are here with Twitch song that was on the Flintstones back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that. They did the Twitch.
The only song that I have in my head, my 4-year-old Keith has figured out how to talk to the Echo Dot.
Oh.
And he plays the Poop song.
Oh, Poop song.
Which is a real song, and it's by a band called the Toilet Bowl Cleaners. It's like an alt band.
I'm not good.
You have to listen to it. It's hysterical.
I'll look it up. I'm sure. Well, my little nephew Morty. Everybody knows I love my nephew Morty. He got a device. He's 5. That he can FaceTime. So I'm pretty sure I'm getting FaceTime the Poop song because I already had to see a book about poop. So I'm pretty sure that that'll be coming soon. What is it with little boys and poop and their
little boys?
Yeah, every boy and poop.
I still chuckle when he tells poop jokes.
Yeah. Kids. Boys. Men. Devin, have you been watching any wrestling? I know we don't normally talk about wrestling, but in the chat here on Twitch, we've been talking about our WrestleMania and 0 build to any matches this year.
So I haven't. I'm actually going to be out of town this weekend, but I should be back Sunday, so I might try and catch some of it. But I haven't. I will tell you what I did watch this week.
What?
Episode 1, season 2 of Ms. and Mrs.
Did you? I didn't even get to see it yet.
Oh, you have to watch it.
Is it good? Because that's like one of our favorite shows.
It is tremendous. It is the best flipping show on today. It is awesome. I had to do that.
I tried so hard just to give you the stick face.
But seriously, it was a really funny episode. It was really, the premise behind it is they're taking their little baby to SummerSlam, and they're flying there for the first, flying with the baby for the first time, and the mom's back home watching the dogs, and is under strict orders to keep the dog on their diets, and it's hysterical. It's a great episode. He
wants to know on Twitch. They want to know if that means is it awful.
No, it really was funny.
We actually really like this show.
I'm not. I was being silly about his catchphrase because they throw it out there way too many times and all the promos for the show. But it really is a very good show, and this episode is really funny.
We like the mom. The mom's a trip. She's the breakout character.
So this is all I'm going to tell you. Okay, and then I'm going to make you watch it. One of the situations in the episode is that Miz wants to go get spray tanned for SummerSlam and all the appearances beforehand because he's pale and all this other stuff. And there's something that happens that I won't give away, so he can't go to his appointment. He misses his appointment, and they can't fit him in anywhere. So his wife finds this place that has this newfangled, super fast dry on spray tan stuff that they use. And the lady recommended that he gets 1 coat, so he had her do 3 with bronzer.
Oh, ew!
He looked like a statue. It is hysterical. You have to watch it just to see that.
I'm gonna when we're done here.
I swear, he looks like he's made out of metal.
We got to start talking about the show again. We're gonna
hysterical
into the show. So, guys, if you haven't watched Ms. and what is it called?
Ms. and Mrs.
Ms. and Mrs. Watch it. We'll talk about it next week. Ryback called out the Miz for defending against John Oliver controversy. You know what? Here's the thing about the John Oliver thing, and Devin sent it to me, so I know he saw it. We got a phone call in the middle of the night from a certain attorney. That's all it. But John Oliver is 100% right. He's 100% right. And anybody that has been in the wrestling business and says anything different about that, they're not telling you the truth.
So listen. I saw a video today where they were talking about, it was like they were reacting to it, and I don't know this show, and I apologize, and I don't think they normally just talk about wrestling, but they were talking about this, and they had one of the sheet writer dudes that I can't remember his last name.
Ryan Satin.
Yes.
I hate Ryan Satin.
Oh my God. So I don't know if you saw my tweet earlier, but if not, everybody follow me. And my Twitter handle is at Devin Leshen. You need to, okay, look, if you start your big news break story with any version of the phrase, what I was told was, or as it was told to me, or what I heard was, you're not telling news, you're telling hearsay.
Devin, spell Leshen for everybody.
Oh yeah, duh, because that's such an easy name like Jones. Leshin. It looks like Leshin if you were like French and talking about somebody's leg. I don't know. I hate when people pronounce it that way, by the way.
Leshin.
Leshin. First of all, not even. It's a Russian name. It was originally Leshinsky, so I don't know where they get Leshin from.
You know, my Peter Pans are over in Europe right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they're in.
After the show, I want to ask you something about that. Don't let me forget that.
Oh, okay, I won't.
I don't want to ask it on the air. I'll ask later.
All right, guys, let's talk about some strange and unusual news, shall we? Let's get to the main event here.
As opposed to what we've been talking about.
I mean, but I want to talk about weirder news. If that's even possible, weirder news from pro wrestling and that cretin Ryan Satin. Let's talk a little bit about a story I like to call Pepsi deprivation syndrome. Since we're talking
speaking of caffeine, right?
Yeah, speaking of caffeine and beverages, deprivation syndrome. Are you ready?
Give it to me.
A Hawaii man has been ordered not to drink his favorite soft drink for 4 years of probation on a car theft conviction. I know.
What?
Weird news. I said weird news, right?
What?
Okay. So Judge Rhonda Liu opposed the restriction while the 21-year-old Christopher Montellano Jr., the Maui News reported, he lied to police when he was arrested with the car in Maui in last June. And he told the officers that his cousin had allowed him to drive the car. This is time to drink. Allow him.
I'm driving the Pepsi.
Allowed him to drive the car, and he was on his way to pick up the soft drink. He was on his way to pick up Pepsi. That's why my language got a little confused. So the judge issued an order for him not to be able to drink Pepsi for 4 years after he told her it was his favorite soft drink and he needed the car to buy Pepsi. He's been punished by being told he is not allowed to drink any Pepsi. He spent 7 days in jail following his arrest, and during that time, he learned the importance of complying with the law, his defense attorney said. I'm not going to steal cars anymore, he told the judge. I don't want to be in jail no more. But she sentenced him to 100 hours of community service, $100 fine, and he's ordered not to drink Pepsi for 4 years. He pled no contest to the charges of unauthorized control of a propelled vehicle and driving without a license. The real punishment would have been if they took away Coke because Pepsi's garbage.
Right. Yes. So wait, so I have a question. Is it
my Pepsi?
Is it like just Pepsi or is it any variation of Pepsi?
He is not allowed to drink any Pepsi products.
So nothing by the company Pepsi.
I think it's anything by the company Pepsi that's in the soda category.
See, that's a slippery slope, though, because that means that judges can affect commerce through punishment. What I mean, you know,
That's it.
what if you like kill somebody and say, you know what, you're going to jail for 10 to 20 years, but even when you get out, you cannot go to any of the following restaurants, buy any of the following brands of clothes, or drink any of the following beverages. Like, you know,
Devin, do you think that if I kill a man for wearing Crocs,
don't start on the Crocs, bro.
a judge will ban Crocs for everyone? If I tell him I was compelled to kill him because the shoe was the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so I used to wear Crocs when I lived at the beach. Okay. But I didn't wear them as if they were normal flipping footwear. Like I didn't wear them to the store, for instance. You know what I mean?
We were at the barber last week getting Vito's beard done because we have to go to a professional barber for that.
Don't. That's what I have to do too. You can tell I'm late. No, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't care what anybody tells you, it is next to flipping impossible to get that stuff straight and even on both sides when you're doing it on your own face.
Like faded, but you know, my husband.
I'm going to defend him on this because I'm the same. Mine has to fade in. So my wife doesn't want the beard, right? Like she likes the beard, but she doesn't want the beard. But I like having the thing where I have my nervous tick and I do this on my chin.
Right.
So we compromise that when I go to the barber and they fade it, shorter up here and longer down here.
Right here. I play with my hair all the time. Todd Gordon used to yell at me for that all the time. Stop playing with your hair. I can't help it. It's down to my ass. What do you want me to do? We all be playing with my hair all the time.
Crocs. Everybody's shooting on Crocs.
This guy walks into the barber and he's got on Crocs, but he's not even wearing them the right way. I'm gonna bring up my slipper. I'm wearing a slipper. Yes, I'm old. Fuck off.
Is it leopard print? Oh, see, that's not old. If it was leopard print, then
I did have a leopard print one. I got rid of them. I also had fuzzy ones, but the feathers were coming off, and Vito got pissed, so I threw them away before we moved to the new house. But these are new slippers. I just have these.
Very nice.
Not fancy. But I always have to wear shoes because of what's wrong with my walking. I'm not allowed to walk in bare feet. So this is why I have these. But anyway, he had the Crocs. Okay, imagine these are ugly fucking Crocs. And he had the back that's supposed to go around the back over the front, and it had fur on it.
Oh, yeah, they have lined Crocs.
Yeah, well, he was wearing it the wrong way. He was about 700 years old in like a hip hop, like Latino barbershop, and he looked like a dumbass. And everybody in there was looking at him like he was on crack. Oh, I'm not old.
Here in Florida, he probably was on crack.
If you died today, we would say too young. God forbid.
Oh, that's nice.
I guess that's very nice. Thank you.
I wish I was a woman so everybody would suck up to me like that. I mean, that was a nice thing to say.
You can't just be a woman.
No.
You got to be a woman with boobs.
Well,
so there.
I didn't realize there was other kinds. Sorry.
There is. There is. We've known them. Their name was Michelle. Just kidding.
Oh. Wow.
Knows who that is. Just you and I. Remember the time she was on SmackDown and I lost my mind? And my house. Remember that?
Look. But wasn't that the week after the ring broke? They needed another ring post to help hold it up.
That same week. And I trashed my whole house and drank an entire bottle of rum because I was mad.
Yeah, well.
His boobs are definitely a bonus. I think so. They're God's gift to me. He may not have given me very many brains, and he may not have given me much money or, whatever, but he gave me boobs, and it's gotten me a pretty decent way. So I think
but he gave you those because he was trying to give you a way to get money.
He works in mysterious ways.
Oh, you just missed that one. Like I said, sometimes he tap you on the shoulder, and sometimes he hits you with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, he hit me with a couple big boobs. So, yes, this is Arizona. It's not Four Loko. I'm just really tired.
Here's the path of our show.
Moving sucks. I'm exhausted. And Vito and I moved pretty much by ourselves. We had help Sunday, but we didn't have a lot of help because our friend's mom went in the hospital, which is very sad. So we're counting on them for help, but she's very sick. And we were like, no, go and do that. So I packed the boxes. I unpacked the boxes because I can't lift anything. And Vito lifts everything. He moved almost the entire house by himself.
I'm telling you, you guys need a reality show. I'm sorry. I mean, I know you have stuff on here, but like, you need somebody to film that.
We did go a little bit on Twitch, but because we didn't have internet in the house, we couldn't really. But we'll be doing a lot more.
And it's a film crew.
Like, I think Vito's going to take up softball again. That should be fun. I'm waiting and I think it's going to be on like an over 55 league. So I'm pretty much waiting for him to spike some old dude. It's coming. I know it is, because he doesn't just play sports. He big sports, and like I know it's gonna happen.
They're all gonna be like just out there because their cardiologist told them they have to move around a little bit, and he's out there like 150%. Like it's the World Series.
The goddamn Phillies. He's out there. He's out there Ty Cobbing the shit out of people. fucking dudes up. It's gonna be great. Today was all excited. He's like, I think I'm gonna start playing softball again.
That makes me want to move to Florida just to watch.
I was like, here we go. Team MVP. He'll be banned. He'll be thrown out within a week.
Hysterical.
Okay, so I got a good one for you.
All right.
I am obsessed with people that use dating like apps and websites. Absolutely obsessed, because I never did that.
Yep.
Like I met Vito before that was a very big I guess there was plenty of fish or something, but I didn't.
I met my wife was on one of those dating things.
Met her husband on one of those, but what? I never used one because I was never like, I kind of like being by myself. So I wasn't really looking for anybody. I was raising kids and living my life and wrestling and doing about 400 different jobs.
Yep.
So I met Vito and we were friends, and we just decided we ridiculously fell obsessed with each other, and while we're here. But I'm obsessed with these apps. Like, I always ask people, like, how do you meet people nowadays? Oh, an app. How do you, like, I don't understand this. My husband used to, he'll tell you this story himself, but I'm laughing because I'm just thinking about that look he gets on his face when he does something really bad and he knows it. It's kind of like this like creepy little look. But we used to get bored and we would do dumb things when we were bored on the internet. And one of the stupid things he would do is he would show me like different dating websites people would get into. Like he had an account on a midget dating site, like a little midget date. And it's not that, midget people want to meet midgets, that's fine. But it was almost like a dirty, you want to meet a midget to hook up with. It was like Plenty of Fish for midgets.
Wow.
And like I was crying because like he's this big tall guy, my husband's very big, and here's these little midgets crying with my husband. But there's like sea captains meet and like farmer. There's an Amish one, and Amish aren't even.
I saw a commercial. There was a commercial on TV at one point for the farmer one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they have some strange people. Christian Mingle always sends me stuff, and I'm a Buddhist, so I think that's really funny.
That's my favorite, Christian Mingle.
We had a neighbor. This is, I guess I'm going to like rant about shit. We had this neighbor where we used to live. We lived out in the country, outside of Philadelphia. And Devin knows. Was at my old house. This wasn't too far away from my old house, so you know where I'm talking about.
Oh, gotcha, yeah. With all the Amish around and everything.
Yeah, all the Amish. So that
still freaked me out. I've been thinking about that. Anyways, go ahead.
Because I bought a house before Vito and I were married, and he had 2 houses in Florida. He had sold one house. He had another house he rented to a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. And he came in to live with me in my tiny house, and we were going to move back to Florida, but my back got hurt, and it was close to my mom. So we stayed out there. But anyway, long story. We had a neighbor that I don't even know why I should say her name. This bitch don't have internet. Her name was Candy. And she was your typical like middle-aged, I want to see the manager looking white.
Right.
Okay. That's what she looked like.
She's like this, right?
Yes, she's that lady.
At the barbecue.
Are y'all barbecuing? She was that lady. So we're outside one day in my house, and she didn't bother with me at all until Big Vito moves into the neighborhood. So we're outside at the house, and we're doing something with my car. I had a Mustang at the time, and it was right before our wedding, like a couple months. And she walks over to us, and she introduces herself, and I knew who she was from other neighbors. She introduces herself to Vito, and her first question out of her mouth to us was, well, what religion are you guys? Are you getting married in a church? And I'm like, I just met you. And I have a huge Vito on the other side of my yard over there because that was a Bentley in that garden. And she was like, looking at Vito like this. Like definitely like wait for an answer. Vito goes, we're Catholic. Like, just like in her face, we're Catholics. Like he didn't want any shit. So then like, everywhere that Vito went, she turned up. Like we think she followed him out of the neighborhood. Like he'd go to Walmart to pick something up for the house, and she would be at Walmart. Oh, hey, Vito. She was at the gym. This woman did not go to the gym. She was at the
gym. Vito had a stalker.
So I was like, oh, Vito, I said, she's looking for love in all the wrong places. And he started laughing, and I said, she's Christian Mingle. Well, the name stuck. And I couldn't remember her real name because all we ever called her was Christian Mingle. So she would walk down the street, and I'd be like, look, Vito, the Christians are mingling again. Christian Mingle. Like, it was like a big joke.
Right.
Except when she would like show up at my door to tell me something in the neighborhood or something, and I couldn't remember her real name, and I called her Christian one time. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I had a stroke. Like, I tried like I asked my neighbor Ange, I'm like, Ange, what is Christian Mingle's name? She's like, Candy. And I'm going, Candy.
That's not much better.
Like, it's not much better. But anyway, I trailed way off with the Christian Mingle story, but at least, you know.
Hey, we were talking about wrestling. Can I say something funny? I forgot about wrestling.
Go ahead.
So, I took my daughter to a local show this past weekend. One of her Taekwondo instructors has actually been wrestling. He done some stuff with some of the ROH camps and everything. Really, really good. Pretty neat. But she wanted to go, like, cheer him on, because it's one of his first real shows. And then, like, some of our friends were on there, like Sean and some of those guys. And I don't know if you ever met when you were down here, Preston Quinn, PQ.
Yes.
Okay. So he's got the best new gimmick. And it was funny. He was wrestling Sean. And Sean's the big baby down here at this promotion. I don't know why they didn't expect PQ to get cheered, but he's doing. I kid you not, his gimmick is the angry conservative Preston Quinn. He's got two guys that
it's on the internet.
Yeah, he's got these two guys that come out waving Trump flags, right? And he's got a Trump shirt that says "Just deal with it." And he told me, like, they told him they wanted him to do this gimmick on the way down. Like the week before one of the shows he was doing, he started it, and so he was watching like Trump speeches because he teases people about it, but he doesn't actually pay attention to a lot of that stuff. So he was studying his speeches to get mannerisms down, and so he would like do a spot where like he would cheat or something, and he'd be like, right, like doing the whole like. And what's funny was they were cheering him. Because it's North Carolina. Like,
oh yeah, because it's a really like conservative.
The two most over people was the angry conservative Preston Quinn, who's supposed to be this big heel.
A foreigner.
Right, and he's from England, so that was like, and plus this wasn't like at their normal place. The normal venue was at a high school. It was like a high school show, so it was all these high school kids. And then the other person got really over was this guy that does like a NASCAR gimmick. Because you're in North Carolina. Yeah. I know. I thought you were getting a kick out of the angry conservative.
I like the angry conservative. I have to like pieces on. I realized that's who was doing it.
You gotta find, I'll find a match for you to watch where he's like doing the full on thing.
I want Vito to see it.
He dons himself. He like refers to himself when he's talking as Trump's handpicked favorite wrestler.
Oh,
it's the greatest thing. It's the greatest.
Guys, if you like what you're hearing, because it's been mentioned in the chat, make sure you tip some bits for everybody listening on our audio podcast. Check us out on twitch.tv/The Big Vito Brand. That's where you can see all of our shows now because YouTube can suck it. So anyway, we're back to the.
All right, sorry.
No, you're good. That was a good interlude. I want to we went around that. Anyway. He should start a go. He should. I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. He should start a GoFundMe and say a windmill gave him cancer. That would be funny, guys. Don't attack me or hate me. It was just an idea. It was just, I like to get heat for heels.
Oh, you know what his finishing move's called?
What?
The deporter. And he uses a lariat a lot. I told him he should call the lariat the wall.
Lariat was called the wall. That's his cutoff.
The lariat should be the wall.
Anyway, dating apps, Christian mingle. We're trailing all over the place.
No, I mean we went from Christian mingling to like Trump stuff.
It's all together. It really is.
Oh, the same thing. They probably have a dating site for people that really like Trump.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or to date Trump. I don't know. Maybe he has no private app.
Do you think that never mind. I was going to say, do you think that the Secret Service gets some dates, but I don't want to cross that line. Or do I?
I don't know.
Anyway, dating apps. Please, Trump, don't attack us. Dating apps. If I get an angry tweet, I'm blaming you. So
hey, it's ratings.
It is ratings. I saw this one. Another day, another charming shirtless man looking for love in all the wrong places. Yes, it's a long, but it's very worth it. Chad is a 26-year-old looking for the perfect woman, and he won't accept any less. His Tinder profile is doing the rounds on the internet where he is demanding, very demanding. And his demands are numerous. They're pretty steep. They're pretty insane. Chad looks like a bum. And he actually posted a pic of himself without a shirt in the shower, like flexing it, trying to say that you should be perfect to date him, when really I wouldn't date him if you paid me. So unfortunately for Chad, he expects certain things of you that not everybody would be willing to do. They found his profile, put it on RealiT, and now it is everywhere. So would you like to hear what Chad is expecting of a woman to date him on Tinder?
I can't wait.
So if you do not possess these qualities, please swipe left. You must be a blonde or a brunette, nothing in between, a blonde or a brunette. You have to be fit and toned. You must go to the gym at least twice a week. We're out, Dev.
I'm done.
I'm done. Maybe twice a year. You have to be no more than 5'6" and no less than 5'2".
Wow, that's very specific.
Very specific. You have to be available at all times. You have to be able to cook and clean. You must be a non-smoker, a non-alcoholic, and not a druggie. You must devote as much of your time as possible to Chad and only Chad. You must have a steady income of at least $70,000 a year. You must have your own apartment where Chad can occasionally crash if he'd like to. Fuck you, Chad, you deadbeat. Get your own apartment, okay? Chad, let me see what the chat says here. Noel, put a mirror up against your computer so that we can see Chad. Listen, tomorrow I'm going to load this show on, and I will put up a picture of Chad. So come back to Twitch. You'll be able to see me and
Hey,
and Chad.
Somebody that's watching on Twitch needs to make. Wait, which app did you say this was?
Tinder.
Somebody needs to make a Tinder profile with the exact opposite of all of his requirements.
Yes, with a picture of Chad.
Right. Has to be either shorter than 5'2" or taller than 5'6". Needs to have a strong mix of blonde and brunette hair. Needs to be a heavy smoker, heavy into drugs, and a whole lot of drinking.
Must be ginger. Parents.
Doesn't have a place to live. Like, it'd be perfect.
Must live in a box. And somebody told me on chat here that Jack Osborne got punched in the face at Starbucks by a homeless man today. Maybe we should send Chad his address. He's homeless. Apparently, he doesn't drink Starbucks because he punched Jack Osborne in the face, and then Jack Osborne threw his coffee on him. We don't know why this happened, but it just did. So maybe Chad should get him. So here's my question for old Chad, who has literally nobody interested in him and everybody telling him to suck a D. Chad, if I am to go out with one of my friends and you call and say, I need to spend time with you and crash at your casa. As an adult, are you going to be like, yes, Chad, I'll be right there with my $70,000 job and my non-alcoholic blonde hair, and then like just run to Chad? Like, is that how that's supposed to work?
It sounds like it.
Chad can bite me. Chad can bite me. I'm sorry, but if your stipulation for, I can understand if you wanted to say, I want somebody that has it together. Like you say, you're at a certain age. Chad isn't. Chad's in his 20s. He's 26. So Chad does not have his shit together. Plus, I don't like that many people named Chad. So this just like goes into the thing. I've only met, every time I think of the name Chad, I think of a douchebag skier in an 80s movie that's the heel and they're trying to destroy the rec center or something.
That's right.
Like, that's what the name Chad is.
That is perfect.
But that's what I feel like. It's like, you know, Chad is bodacious and put down your rec center. Like, that's what I think of when I think of Chad. He probably uses the word rad. He has a girlfriend he treats like shit. You know, like that kind of, like, that's Chad to me. He's got spiky fucking hair or a mullet. Like, that's Chad.
He's one of the alphas from Revenge of the Nerds.
Exactly. Chad.
Well, so you know what? Every D-bag in any of those movies always had a sweater, often pink, tied around their neck and shoulders.
Right.
Chad needs to take a picture of himself with a sweater tied around his shoulders.
Exactly. And he would be the
He would be perfect.
Alt-right Chad. Yep.
Alt wrong Chad.
So like I am not
wrong
Chad. I am definitely not a fan of Chad. If you want to say you want to have your shit together, like I want somebody that has their shit together, that's fine. But if your Tinder says you must earn over $70,000 and let me crash at your pad occasionally,
how much does he make?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Apparently enough that he just wants to crash at your pad. He wants to chill at your casa.
Well,
yeah,
better than his parents' house.
Yeah, so Chad definitely lives in his mother's basement, and he's getting destroyed on RealiT right now because he is a shirtless douche who expects a lot of people on. Who says your height must be between 5'2" and 5'6"? Like, that's pretty fucking specific.
That's really weird.
That's like, I
guess he's not on the midget app, huh?
I think Chad might be a creep, bro.
Yeah, like,
a little bit of an idea. Chad's a creep.
Well, you have to be between those heights to fit in the cage he has for you. So
yeah, I mean, she's got to put the lotion on her skin. She's gonna get the hose again. That's Chad.
Poor Chad.
Yeah, bad Chad. No, I
bet he wears Crocs.
He probably does with the fur lining over the.
Yeah.
I think I saw him last week at the barbershop.
Probably.
So Chad is definitely like a douche. But here's where I want to put the shoe on the other foot. I'm going to swerve this a little bit. If a woman went online and requested some of these things, would everybody call her a douche? If a woman wanted a guy over,
they would call her something, but I think that's the wrong word.
Somebody said, "What's Chad's real name?" Joe Biden. Oh.
He didn't say that their hair had to smell good.
Your hair smells good. Let me take a selfie. I hate all politicians. I'm not political by any means at all. I hate all politicians. So like for anybody's like, oh, you must be a Trump lover. You must be a Trump. No, I hate everybody.
I bumped into Biden a bunch of times when I lived out there on the coast. And very nice people, but you know, he also didn't try and hug me and sniff my hair either. So
yeah, that was a little creepy, Joe. I liked Joe Biden because he adopted a dog.
I remember that.
Joe Biden adopted a dog.
Like seriously, I don't know about all these stories and everything, but the times I've met him, he's always been really laid back and nice. So
a lot of people that have met him that have said nice things about him. I don't know him personally, but I don't know Donald Trump personally either. And Vito. Right. Vito met him at WrestleMania, and he said he was very nice to everybody. Shook everyone's hand. They say he doesn't shake hands. Vito said he shook everybody's hand. He took pictures with everyone, and he was very cordial. You know, like I believe sometimes when you get in the public arena, you're definitely raked over the coals, and it's got to be hard to make some big major decisions. So any shoes that you're filling, I don't always judge a book by its cover. I don't like people that are racist. I don't like any of that shit. But honestly, like, what can you believe anymore?
Well, and I'm not going down this rabbit hole, but I'm just going to say, and not that people shouldn't speak out or any of that kind of stuff, but just understand that the Joe Biden character assassination is coming from within his own party.
Yeah, that's sad.
Nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
Yep.
Our party system is flawed. I don't like politics, but I like history. So, like, kind of like all goes hand in hand. Like, sometimes I'll say things and Vito will look at me like I'm insane because I love to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the two-party system is the flawed system is not how it was supposed to be. So, if you guys are curious, look up a little bit of some things John Adams wrote. You'll definitely awaken your mind to some serious shit.
No kidding.
Go back and read some of that stuff. You're gonna be like, oh my God, it happened just like you said it would. And that shit is in 1776, y'all. So yeah. I just realized still relevant today.
The intelligent quotient has gone this way.
Yeah.
From that point on.
It's not good, guys. It's not good. So anyway, Chad sucks. Next story. Next story. I like to call this one, I believe I can fly, and I'm lighter than air. I laugh when I pop myself, and I don't even say anything. So there's a guy over in Russia that stripped naked before his flight to make himself more aerodynamic. Think about it. Probably have to chop your D off to make yourself.
I was going to say, I don't know if that makes you more aerodynamic, but hey.
You know me, I go straight for the blue. I think you got to chop your D off.
Yeah.
I'm really tired, Devin. It's been a difficult week. Anyway, footage of a man, 38 years old, who has identity has not been revealed, shows him standing naked as he nonchalantly waits for his turn to board a Ural Airlines flight in Russia's Domodedovo Airport in Moscow. Don't ask me to say that again. The nude intruder was then caught by airport staff as he was running onto the jet bridge. He was detained by police, according to the Moscow Times, which is probably written on toilet paper. One passenger was quoted on Ren TV as saying, he shouted that he was naked because clothing impairs your aerodynamics of your body. He flies with more agility when he's naked and undressed. He was taken into custody and held for mental assessment.
Was he planning on being outside the plane during the flight?
Like, there's a man on the wing of this plane.
If you're inside the plane, then your aerodynamics does not matter. Just a little tip from Uncle Devin.
Wasn't this an episode of Twilight Zone with Bill Shatner?
Yeah, Bill Shatner.
There's a naked Russian in the wing of this plane. He's aerodynamic. Oh God! That version of Twilight Zone. Vladimir Putin looks like he's 38. Maybe that was Putin. He's kind of aerodynamic with the shaved head, and he's riding around half naked on horses.
That's right. Maybe
they didn't release his name.
Yeah, they put him in a mental hospital though. Dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes. I unplugged my computer like a jerk ass. All right. I'm back in business. Now, everything here is like seriously half-ass rigged in the house right now. Like, the TV's on the floor playing Sanford and Son currently in the corner.
Nice.
I have that. I'll give you guys a brief tour. Are you ready? Now, remember, I don't have my desk in here yet because I still haven't unpacked the storage unit because there's nobody to help us. So here's the brief tour. Here's me on the couch. Underneath the couch is one of those big orange cords you use for a trimmer outside. That's what's plugged in with a computer on the wall behind me. Are you ready?
Nice.
So we have over here the other couch that's missing a pillow because I'm using it. There's Sanford and Son on the floor over there. There's my lighting fixture, only one because I don't have room to get out the other one because everything's on the floor. And then on this side, you just have a big, huge open door and a foyer over there. A huge. That's my new office.
Sweet.
And Bruiser's in the hallway. Bruiser, look at this. Look at this, everybody.
Hey, there's Bruiser.
Look at my handsome boy. Look at him. He's got his donkey. He's got his little Olaf collar on. Bruiser's getting used to the new house. He's never been on a lanai before. So today he walked out of the line. He's running around. He's having a good time. He goes back in the house. He goes back outside while Vito's standing there and takes a huge shit on the lanai.
Nice.
Yes, he got in trouble for that one. I need to teach the dog what a lanai is. I was like, because I just learned what it was last week. Well, I was. Come on. So yeah, that's my week.
Nice.
Let's go to the next story. This is actually my last story that I have for the evening. I say the title of this one is, or are you just happy to see me?
Uh-oh. Is this a follow to the last story?
Yeah, this is the last story. Or are you just happy to see me? You might think that someone who sticks a chainsaw down their pants isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. You like that pun? You like that one?
Like that.
You know, like that's a good one, right?
Yeah.
However, it was a technique used by a theft in Fresno, California on Wednesday afternoon to steal one from the equipment store, according to the Fresno Bee newspaper. Surveillance videos show the man shoving a chainsaw down his pants and using a jacket to cover up the engine of the assembly, like this. The suspect drove off in his silver late 1990 Ram pickup truck, according to the paper. The store's owner, Jeff Bennett, said he believed an accomplice was watching the location last week just to steal a chainsaw. They scoped the place out to put a chainsaw down their pants. He says, you get a feel for these type of people. I don't know what feel you get from a person that'll stick a chainsaw down their pants, but it can't be a good feel.
No.
It definitely can't. Police are asking anyone that might recognize the man in the video to contact the authorities because apparently he's a nut job because he put a chainsaw down his pants. And that is the news.
Wow.
Yeah, so the thing we learned this evening tonight, boys and girls, here on Spilling the Reality is don't use Tinder. Pretty fucked up, full of chads. You can't fly naked. It doesn't make you any more aerodynamic. Put some pants on, will ya, huh? Pepsi sucks. Go with Coke. And don't put a chainsaw down your pants. Thank you and good night. You can always learn something here on the Big Vito brand.
We're all about education.
Usually it's about what not to do. Most of the time involving Vito. But right now,
I don't know if I told you, I kind of I'm starting to, what's the politician's terminology? Setting up an exploratory committee about possibly running for school board.
Ooh.
Which I have a few years because I evidently the seats don't go up for election until 2022. And I hope that videos like this do not surface during my campaign.
Well, I must say, you're lucky to have me on your side because...
Oh, you found the videos, didn't you?
I didn't find the videos yet because they're at Mom's. So I know where they are located. They are at Mom's house because Mom has found the videos.
Just so everybody knows what we're talking about, there's a video of me winning, not just being in, but winning a bikini contest.
And the contestants, yes, to this bikini contest are myself, Velvet Sky, Francine, and Devin. And he beat us all.
Damn Skippy. It was based off a crowd reaction. How could I not win?
Devin is skinned to win. No, I found the pictures.
Uh-oh.
I have them right here, buddy.
Uh-oh.
They're right there.
Uh-oh.
I'm in my little knock on the door and see them.
You know you're going to have to flash one of those up here when you publish this episode, right?
I'll flash one of them up here right now because they're right in the front of the phone because I just found them when I was unpacking
Oh boy.
in the office. Let's see here. I found ones of me too, and I'm
Hey, I got to ride in on a white Cadillac. That was
I
the
have a
bomb.
picture of the white Cadillac.
That was, you remember why I had that, right?
It was your brother's wedding.
Yeah, it was my wedding gift for my to my brother and his wife was to drive him around in the white Cadillac.
There we go.
Nice.
In the white Cadillac window there. Us driving through the back wall. That was good. Let's see. I have so many good pictures of us. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
This is a little bit of a censored version because it's me and Fran in front of you.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
There you are. That was the dance.
You look naked in that picture, bro.
I was getting ready to catch a flight in Russia.
Yeah. You thought you were more aerodynamic in that song.
Oh, I was.
It's good. I got this is you and me. My back's to the camera, but yours is not. Hold on, let me turn. Oh, come on, turn sideways, you doucher. It won't turn.
You Chad.
You
nice.
There you are. You glow. You're so white, you glow.
I know.
I love it. You are so white, you glow.
That's awesome. I had Velvet Sky like jumped on my back. Remember that was how they started the breakdown of the chaos.
And the host. Do you remember who the host was of this?
Oh, I hear his name. I remember he was doing the thing where he got hit on the head and he thought he was Stone Cold.
He thought he was Stone Cold, and he looked exactly like him. What was that guy's name? We were friends with him. What is his name?
I can't remember. And he sounded like him too.
Vic Devine.
Oh, there you go. That's it. Yeah.
Right. And you know what? You want to hear something funny about Vic Devine? Do you know that he was on the Dave Chappelle show?
No.
Yes. Do you remember the episode where Dave Chappelle picked up Wayne Brady and they went
yes.
and he was like,
that's right. I remember that.
He was the bodyguard outside.
That's right.
Shut up. Vic was in that. Vic was the host of dressed as Steve Austin. It was the host. We had so many friends that did amazing impressions. Jay Lethal's Macho Man, him and Mike Tobin's Macho Man's back and forth.
And his flair too.
Oh, his flair is set. You know, that's my husband's one of his favorite things is Flair, Jay Lethal going back.
Oh yeah, I watch that all the time.
He watches it every day. He loves
it all the time.
He loves it. But did you see that I tweeted you? Sports Illustrated, I think it was, did a article about Jay and his family and Jay's mom standing there with a belt on his shoulder. I love seeing her.
His mom was awesome. I remember her. She was awesome.
She's the best. She does not age. She looks exactly the way she looked in the year 2001.
So does Jay.
Jay does too. And his dad they look just the same.
He's just bigger.
What is with that family? They never.
They're vampires.
Illuminati, brother. It's the Illuminati. Vito goes, I don't know how he don't have a job at WWE. He says, I have no idea how. And
he's too short.
I said, V's not very tall. But Vito, I introduced him to Vito over in Tampa when we were working a show with Jay. We were working a show with Jay, or he was at a show, or we were something like that. But I introduced him to Vito. He didn't realize that he wasn't as tall as he thought he was, but that's probably why. And his mom cuts great promos, so I don't think WWE is going to hire his mom. Although they gave Shelton Benjamin a mom, so maybe
I was going to say they should.
Yeah, they should. I remember I was in the hospital, very sick, when that gimmick debuted, and I thought I was having a fever dream. I was like, please say they just didn't say that's Shelton Benjamin's mama. I was like, please say that. Please say that.
Hey, I have if you guys, this won't happen, but if you guys ever kiss and made up with the E, I have a gimmick spot for you.
Me?
Yeah.
I think I could be the first manager in a wheelchair.
Well, hold on. Have you seen all the pictures that some of the boys are posting with the Fink?
No, I haven't seen this.
Oh man, full on beard. I mean, like Mick Foley-esque, big white beard, bald, in a wheelchair. So I don't know what's going on with him health wise that he's in a wheelchair.
He's been very, very sick. Vince told me.
Okay, so I could see you guys you be like the ring announcer. You guys have like wheelchair manager, announcer stuff going on.
I will right here challenge Howard Finkel to a wheelchair race, and I will win. And I'll train for that shit too.
And film it.
The place where we moved, they have like a it's kind of hard to explain what it is. Like we're in like it's like an adult community, so you like there's no like little kids here, like they don't like little kids, but they have like all these like clubs and like we moved to like it's a golf course basically where we moved is a golf course.
Right.
So they have like a place here where they do different kinds of like rehab and stuff, like inside the place.
Right.
You can go and do, but it's like athletic-y type rehab. Dude, they have belly dancing, and I think I should do it in the walker.
That would be awesome.
I think I should learn to belly dance in the walker.
That would be good for you, I bet.
Do it because I don't stand up very good.
Why not?
I'm going to try it.
You should.
Vito said, if you see something you want to do, you tell me, I'll take you there. He's like, if you want to try Tai Chi, I'll hold you up. We know how Vito is. He's so supportive. He's like, I'll hold you up. He's like, he says, if you told me you wanted to do karate, I'd help you do karate. Like, you know how he is. Like, he'll always help me do stuff. Like that's just how he is. But he's like, I'll take you there. He's like, there's all these clubs you can join to do your rehab stuff. He's like, I'll take you whenever you want to go. So he's like all hyped about it. So I told him before he left to do his training, I was like, I think I want to do belly dancing. He's like, do it. He's like, you should do it. I said,
you should.
He's like, you should do it. So I guess I'll try it.
Me as well.
If I fall, I mean, I'm already injured.
Yeah, put it on Twitch though. Like,
I think I should walker belly dance on Twitch.
Yeah. Like try it for a little bit, make sure you want to do it and everything and all that, and then put it on Twitch.
People are gonna have to give me bits for that one. If they want to see walker belly dancing, I want to see bits.
No, you gotta rephrase that. You don't want to see bits. You don't want to see the bits.
No, I just want like, wait, how do I want to say this? I don't want to see anybody's bits. I'm not Chad. I'm not a Chad. Vito always has bits for tits.
If you try and show her your bits, no more Pepsi for you. You are cut off.
Don't say that. They'll send the Pepsi's awful.
Oh.
How do you feel about Dr. Pepper?
I don't like Dr. Pepper.
Okay, I have a thing.
And I'm in North Carolina. I hate Cheerwine. Have you ever had Cheerwine?
Yeah, I'm not really a fan either. It's not. It's like Arbor.
It's like the drink of North Carolina. Ew.
I like Dr. Pepper if I'm eating a Whopper.
Interesting. Can I tell you why I don't like Dr. Pepper? I think
give it to me.
When I was a kid, I thought I was getting a Coke, and it was a Dr. Pepper. And you know how like your brain, you're thinking you're drinking one thing, but then it tastes, and it just ruined it.
My dad's still mad at me because in 1991, I handed him a Sprite he thought was butter. My family holds grudges.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. But we all love each other. We just like to rib each other a lot.
That's right.
But that wasn't really a rib. He wanted something to drink, so I poured him a soda. He thought it was butter, and it fucked him up for a little bit. But Vito's done that to me before, where I think something is like, well, he did it to me the other day. He had a cup, and I thought it was iced tea, and it was a freaking glass of wine in one of those foam to go cups, and it had straw in it. I thought it was iced tea, and I drank it. I was like, holy shit. He's like, yeah, it's a to-go wine. I'm like, where are you going to go with it? Like, you can't go anywhere with
No, not at all.
But that's the problem when you live in a community where there's like bars, right, in the to-go cups, because you're only going here. You're not driving anywhere. You're just like walking around. But he messed me up. And then later that day, he handed me a rum and Coke like that, and I thought it was a soda.
Nice.
So he got me twice in one day.
Nice.
Yeah, he does that sometimes. Then yesterday I saw one in the fridge, and I thought it was alcohol, and it was just tea. So, like, I was like, "Oh, this is
just messing with you."
Yeah, he's messing with my brain. Well, I don't drink very much anymore. I kind of gave it up because it makes me sick.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't like to drink, so not anymore. Yeah, I think we're kind of just.
I've gotten more into beers lately because there's a lot of like small microbreweries in this town.
Yeah.
You know, so like you can go and they have like their whole line of all their different beers, and they all have all the funky different recipes and all that kind of stuff. And that's fun. I like that.
We used to go to World of Beer a lot back in Pennsylvania. That was like our favorite place to go. I went so much when I was in the hospital. World of Beer sent me flowers. That's how much we went to World of Beer.
Nice.
That's not even a joke. That really did happen.
Nice.
My mom goes, "How much do you have to drink that World of Beer sends you a get well bouquet?" I'm like, "A lot."
Wow. That's like me in the Greek restaurant down here. I call and I put my order in, and they're like, "Oh, hey, Devin, how you doing?"
Oh yeah.
Because we get the same thing every time, and then I get there, and the owner's like handing me a beer as I'm walking in, waiting for my food.
Do you get stuffed grape leaves at the Greek restaurant?
I do sometimes, yes. But they're Greek grape leaves are different than like the more like Middle Eastern Lebanese variety.
We like the Greek ones.
The Greek ones are the ones that are stuffed with meat and hot with like the lemon sauce over it usually.
Yeah, but Vito likes the ones without the meat better.
The vegetarian ones?
The vegetarian ones. We get those.
Did you have them cold, the cold ones?
He likes the cold ones.
Yeah, so that's like the Lebanese ones are like they're smaller and they're tightly wrapped and they just have like rice and like lemon juice and stuff in it.
The one that he likes.
Yeah, those are the Lebanese ones.
Tzatziki sauce. I got him hooked on that. He's good on everything now.
Yeah.
He loves it, but I do too. It's good. It's not bad for you. It's yogurt.
So I take the Lebanese grape leaves, we're talking about the thinner ones, in half of a pita with hummus.
Yeah.
And that's my sandwich. Yeah, it's good.
There's a place over in Champions Gate down here that the guy makes fresh hummus and everything fresh, which is hard to find.
So moving down there.
It's so hard to find good food unless you go.
I have a funny. So this is about the Lebanese food, right? Because I've always been into that. And when I first met my wife, she was definitely like a steak and potatoes girl, right? Like that was it. And it was kind of our family's tradition that for my birthday we would go to the Lebanese restaurant for dinner. And the first time we went, when I first, she and I were first together, I had to stop at Burger King and bring in like a burger for her because she didn't even want to try it. Fast forward to now, like there's not really Lebanese places around us, but if we're ever in a town there is one, she's the one going, "Oh, let's go get it."
Oh, now she wants it.
I've learned how to cook chicken shawarma and fool, which is the fava bean dish. I've learned how to cook them just because that's the only way she can get it. Because when she's not feeling well, she wants that food.
Wow,
it's hysterical.
That the Greek food was like our grape leaves was traditional, like my pre-surgery food. So if I have surgery the next day, that's what we would eat the night before.
Gotcha.
Like the thing we used to do. Yeah. And like when I would get out of it, Vito would bring that to me again. So it was like our beginning and our closer. It was our tradition we used to do, but now we eat it all the time. I didn't used to eat sushi before I met V, and now I eat it constantly.
I love sushi.
Love it.
I cheat though. I like a lot of the cooked stuff that they make in the sushi. Pop it with like the mini scallops and like that kind of stuff that's cooked.
Yeah, I'll eat. Nick G eats stuff you wouldn't believe. Like he's one of those like eel, octopus, like.
Oh yeah, well the eel and sushi is awesome. That eel sauce and everything. But the problem is you have to go to a good place. Like if you go to like a low end place, then the eel has a lot of bone in it, so it's not as good. People get all kinds of tips from us today.
Yeah, like we got like sushi, health food tips, but I will send you a message tomorrow and I'll let everybody know here on Twitch when Vito's going to come on and make the shake. Everybody keeps asking us about the shake. We literally live on it. It's got so much good stuff for you in it, but you lose weight because it's so healthy, but it's filling. Like it has stuff that fills you up. I could drink 2 of those shakes a day and I don't even get hungry. And it's not like it's not like, a slim fast or a weight. It's not.
That's those crap. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all fresh, natural, organic ingredients. I think we're out of strawberries, so we'll have to pick some up before we do the thing, but it's all fresh stuff. It's all good. We switched everything over when we started doing stuff with DDP back in the fall. He had to switch everything over. He's always trying to help me like get better. So he's like good stuff like, be careful when you eat like certain foods, set off certain things. Like he has bad knees. Everybody knows DDP has bad knees. Like he straps ice to his knees. If he loves tomatoes. And tomatoes are vegetable, and you think tomatoes are good for you. Tomatoes flare up his knee pain. So what he does is he says every once in a while have a good marinara sauce or something like that, or he can't eat the tomatoes. So he has to cut those out. So if you start eating things and you're testing different things and how you feel afterwards, you can figure out the foods you eat that make you feel bad. I figured out by doing this that I really have a problem with gluten and I can't eat it. I do still eat it like here and there, like things
Right. It's an intolerance, yeah.
Yeah, so I try to steer clear as much as I can of gluten. So it did help. Once he told me that, I started going, every time you eat bread or pasta, I get sick. Like I feel shitty and I don't feel good. And when I cut it out, I felt better. So it's a good thing to try, and we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll show everybody that. And if you guys are listening to us on Anchor FM, you can go to twitch.tv/The Big Vito Brand, and you'll be able to join us on Friday when Vito makes the shake and see a little bit of our kitchen and some of our new house and all that kind of stuff. Devin, do you have anything that you would like to plug, my friend?
No, so no. I'm just going to say I had a week this week, so I appreciate having this show to come on because this is my stress relief. So I appreciate it. I have been a little absent from Twitter, dealing with the family stuff I've been dealing with this week. But, like I said, at Devin Leshen, we got to make a graphic and flash it up there so people can see it. Flashing light at Devin. Follow me on Twitter. I promise I will get back in the swing of that as things are starting to calm down here a little bit. And you can watch me rant and rave against all the sheet riders and everything else. It's entertaining.
Brian Satin sucks.
Oh, God. You're a moron.
The worst. I'll send you a video when we get off air of the Ultimate Warrior destroying him when he worked for TMZ.
Nice.
So funny. He shit his pants. It's great.
Nice.
So, guys, if you want to keep up here with the Big Vito Brand, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on Twitch. It's like a little red button. It's like down this way. Subscribe to it. If you are on Amazon Prime, it is free. Check out thebigvitobrand.com. We got merchandise. We got all kinds of audio and video and nerdy shit. So go and check that out. Vito and I will be back here tomorrow on Twitch, twitch.tv/The Big Vito Brand. You can check me out on social media at RealiT Spiller and at harlowinc.com. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you back here next time.
See ya. Peace.
This has been a production of The Big Vito Brand. You can now check us out at our new home, thebigvitobrand.com.